Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode from the single player survival world. Okay, so we're starting things again at the Ocean Monument where we left off last time. Nothing has happened between episodes, so we've got a lot to do. But first, I forgot to show at the end of the last episode what we actually got from digging all this out. So, we've already seen the prismarine. There's not an absolute ton of this, but you'll see this monstrosity of chests here, and that's because we had some ice and the gravel at the bottom, and a little bit of the blue ice as well, which is very, very expensive and very rare. But the rest of this is all compressed ice, and this was from those two icebergs. So I've got 5 and a little bit extra double chests of compressed ice, which is absolutely amazing, because if you remember last time I said I want to build a crazy iceberg around this thing, so that will definitely come in handy. Now, if there isn't enough there, and I hope there is, because that's a lot, but we've got all this around here as well, so we should be okay. But that is for a future episode, because we're not going to do anything pretty today. What we're going to do is hopefully build a farm. And the design I'm using is by Nembon, and I do say that phrase far too much, but you know, Nembon's awesome. And I have built this farm before, a long time ago, but even though I did get the farm complete, I never actually got around to using it, because not long after I completed actually, I started doing YouTube, so I started a new world. So I want to build that farm again and get it all done, sorting system, crazy design around it and everything. So that is what I want to get started on today. And the first thing I need to do, we need to say goodbye to the monument. This needs to go, and I also need to dig out this whole area right down to bedrock. And I was about to start a time lapse there, but I've just been really lucky, and I can't not show you it. So I've got this scaffolding here, I've just dug down to bedrock, and then back here, I'm just digging out the space I need to move my beacon down. So I just went 9 blocks this way, turned to the right, started digging, and I found diamonds. I'm never this lucky. I wasn't even looking for them. And we've got 5 diamond ore, just like that. So that's brilliant. So I'll finish off setting this beacon up, we'll jump into a time lapse, and get some digging done. Why do I do these things? Seriously, why? So, as you can see, it's looking very different around here. This has gone very well. Now, it did take a very long time. There's no getting away from that. But it is so worth it. When I built this farm before, I didn't dig out absolutely everything, and I was building the farm around digging things out. So I'm real glad I've actually done it properly this time and actually got it all dug out. As you can see, we've got a few blocks of diamonds hanging around. That's because I just wanted to show you how much I actually got from this. It's a pretty good haul. There's quite a few, especially on this side, but then over here, not so much. Don't know why, but anyway, we will grab those eventually. And the thing I've been waiting to do is get rid of this scaffolding. I don't know why, but I just didn't feel like doing it during the time lapse. But anyway, now that's gone. Apart from digging this out, as you can see, there's a lot of sea lanterns down here, and that's because this is a slime chunk. So I thought I'd be really clever and fill it all with sea lanterns, and then I didn't have enough. So I had to finish it off with the slabs, but I do actually want to finish that and fill this with sea lanterns. And then over here as well, this little bit here, this is also a slime chunk. So I've just slabbed this, but then all of it wants to be sea lanterns, and that is actually the next big thing that I want to do. I want to cover this whole area, this whole square, in sea lanterns, which is a bit mad when I don't even have enough to do a chunk. I literally have none left now. I want to do this whole area, and it's massive. It's like 70 blocks by 70 blocks. The monument, which is 60 by 60, and then I've gone about 5 on each side. I'm not entirely sure. It's about 5 or 6. So yeah, it's at least 70 by 70, this area. So yeah, that's a lot of sea lanterns. So I'm going to have to get some kind of farm built, aren't I? Now, the farm itself is absolutely huge, and we do need a ton of resources for it. So speaking of resources, let's go have a look at our little storage area. Okay, so this is where I've been dumping everything, and I've tried to keep as much as I could. I did, in the end, just let stuff despawn because there was just too much. There's absolutely loads. I've been trying to use my fortune pick as much as I can for all of this. I do have my 2 silk touch picks as well, and I've definitely been going through these, and repairing them has not been fun, but we got a lot of cobblestone, and that's because I need about 2,000 pistons to build this farm. That's right, 2,000 pistons, which is a bit crazy, but it shouldn't be that difficult because we've got a ton of cobblestone. This is way more than I need because you need 4 cobblestone per piston. So if I need 2,000, I'm going to need 8,000 cobblestone, which I've got way more than that here, so that's not a problem at all. And then we're going to need a load of iron, which we've got a massive iron farm for that. We're going to need a load of redstone, and we have a quad witch up farm that is producing an absolute ton of redstone. So again, that's not a problem. And then finally, for the pistons, we need some wood, and that's something I'm always short of. So what I've done, I've got some dirt, and I've got some spruce saplings and some bones that can turn into bone meal. So I'm going to plant this out there in a minute, and we'll grow a lot of that and get as much wood as we can, and then we can start crafting some pistons. And then back here, you'll see that we're cooking up, at the moment, we're cooking glass, or we should be fairly soon anyway. So I'm going to need a load of glass for this as well. I don't know exactly how much, I probably should work that out. I'm just basically cooking all the sand I use to remove the water, so hopefully that should be somewhere near. And I also have a lot of smooth stone in here as well. And the reason for that is, all the stone that I was digging out when I used my silk touch picks, I just threw in here and started cooking it. And then I've set this little thing up at the back so I can lock these hoppers, and then the items won't go through. So when I take the item out of there, I'll get all the XP from what it had cooked previously. And I was using that to try and restore my picks. It didn't work great, to be honest. It just wasn't fast enough, so I have been going across to my gold farm quite a lot. But anyway, that is all done now, so really pleased about this. But now, we need to get on with the really grindy bit of actually building this farm. But before we do that, we need our reward, don't we? We get to finally mine all of these diamonds. And hopefully, I won't miss any. We'll go down here. Is there any more? Yes. Oh, look at that. Brilliant. Right, I think I've got them all. I can't see any more. But if there are any more, I'm sure I'll come across them when I eventually get the sea lanterns in. So, what did we get? Oh my god, look at that. Over 2 stacks, just sitting in this area. That was awesome. Right, so let's go add that to the rest, because I did actually mine a couple of them by accident while I was digging this out. And I also started lighting up the caves around the area, and I did find a couple in there as well. So we've got another half stack in there. That's great. And I haven't shown this chest yet, but this is all the resources I've got from digging this out. This is all the good stuff. So there's been quite a lot of slime, because a lot of slimes have been attacking me. And I will own up, there was one death. I was taking out the lava, and I had 107 levels. and one of the big ones got me and just pushed me in. I didn't see it happen, and there was nothing I could do about it. I hate the big slimes. Anyway, these things happen, and I'm back up to 66 anyway, because I've been across to my gold farm to get some levels. But anyway, this is what I've got, so we'll add those to the valuables, and then now we just need to grow some trees, and we can get on with it. Okay, so I've chopped down 2 batches of those trees, and I definitely didn't do 2 because I forgot to time-lapse the first one. Honest. And as you can imagine, I got quite a lot of wood out of that, but it's all pretty much gone because I went ahead and I crafted up a full shulker box of pistons and another 5 stacks there. So I think this should be pretty much exactly what we need. Slightly over, so I shouldn't have to craft any more of those. But now, I actually need the wood for something else, and I probably should have crafted this first, but, you know, I was excited about the pistons. So what I need to do now is cover this whole area in fence gates. So I've started marking out the area for the farm. So this is the bounding box of the Guardian farm. And where this glass is here, I need to put fence gates all the way along and open them all, which is not going to be fun, but it needs doing. This is 60 by 60. And that means I need to craft 3,600 fence gates and then place them all and open them all. So that's not fun. So I need to get some more wood because I'm going to need about a full shulker box full of logs. So 4 shulkers of planks to craft the amount of fences that I need. But then I also need double that of sticks. So while I was across on my witch hut, I grabbed 3 shulker boxes of sticks. I thought that'd be enough. But it's not. I need 8 shulker boxes of sticks. And I have double checked these numbers, but that's right. I need 8 shulker boxes. So I will go get some more soon. But for now, I think I'm just going to craft up what I've got here. And then we can actually make a start on building up a section of this farm before I get everything else in. So let's do that, grab some more materials, and then we can actually see how this farm's going to work. Okay, so I think we're about ready to start doing this now. So these are the fences that I could craft with the wood that I had. What we need to do is place these at level 41. And if you look at the targeted block, that's where we are. And I have double checked this so many times, but we need to do this all the way along here. Now, the good thing is now, we don't actually need to have a block under the fences. And before, I think it was 1.13 when it was added actually, where you don't need anything underneath it. But before then, it was a real pain. Anyway, I'm just going to build up a little section over here. So let's go out a little bit. And then we just want to get like one little cell of this farm done. Because it's split up into lots of little areas. And what that does is the way the water's flowing, it actually pushes the Guardians down. So if you just had one big area, it wouldn't work as well. So that's why it's like this. It does reduce the spawning spaces slightly, but it actually makes it a lot more efficient. Okay, so from here, let's actually move the shulker box. I do need to build up this glass a little bit. And I don't have loads on me, but it should be enough to just do this first little cell. So this first one in this corner is just 5 by 2. So build up the glass, another 2 blocks. And then from here, we're going to have the pistons facing in this way. Right, we'll have the pistons there. So let's just grab a stack for now. It's more than enough. Now, how easy is this going to be? Probably not very. Let's go like that. Oh, do this. Let's go down here. Right, you'll notice as well, I've actually got jump boost as well, because I thought it'd make this easier, but it's not. 4, 5. Yeah, that's alright like that. Okay, and then we just need to make sure that all of these are open, because if not, that could cause a lot of problems, and doing it later, it's not fun. I have missed them before, it's not a good idea. Okay, so the next bit we need to do, we actually need some prismarine bricks, so let's grab those. And then this is actually going to be the walls for all of these cells, so they need to go along like, and this is what makes it easier, he says as he falls down. So we're going to have a grid of prismarine bricks going all the way along here, marking out all of the cells. So I've got 5 there, and then we'll just keep it going a little bit. Okay, and then in between, have some glass. So in between all of the sections, you'll have 1 here, and then this is also a spawnable spot as well. No, what up? I'm getting this all wrong. I need the prismarine bricks like that, and then going this way as well. So I'll have a spawnable spot there, and then we'll have glass on top of that, and then we'll also have a piston there, and just next to it here, but I'll probably won't be able to put it. Yeah, there we go. And then the other way, we also have the pistons going like this as well. So what this is going to do is actually hold back the water, and what the whole point of these pistons, their only function is to allow us to turn this farm on or off. So because this produces an absolute ton of stuff, it's going to be very, very handy if we can just turn it off whenever we want. So that is why I'm going to all this effort, which may seem a little bit mad, but that's why I'm doing it, and it's going to be well worth the effort once it's done. Okay, so on top of the higher pistons, we now have prismarine bricks, and what we're going to do here is actually place redstone on top of there. I'm not going to do it now because we're way off actually being able to power these. The redstone will power these bricks, and that'll power the pistons and push them out and block the water. So the water is actually going to be at the same level as this, and then we're going to have a roof on top of that. One, because it increases the rates of guardian spawning, but also, which is very specific to where I am, is that having a block above it will stop the water freezing, because if that happens, that could be a real headache. So we're pretty much there now. So the only thing we need to do, so we've got the bricks on this side, but we can't put them here because this is actually now a repeating pattern. So the pistons also go on top of these pistons at this side. So what we're going to do is just put them on there facing that way, and then that'll be the next one. And then on this side, we'll have another set of prismarine bricks, and then we'll also, if I can get up here, and then we'll also have the pistons on there. Just like that. Okay, so I think that is pretty much one cell done. Actually, I need to put those on there, do I? And then we can put the water in. Now, the water is actually the tricky bit. Because this is open below, I will actually be able to create an infinite water source without placing the block below it. So what I've got is there. So I'm going to put this here. And then the water is going to go at this level. And then we can break the dirt. And then that should be it. So let's get this built up. And then that will be our first cell completely done. Now, that was a bit tedious. And yeah, I've got a big area to get all this done. So that's going to be a lot of fun, isn't it? So let's get the water in anyway. And maybe we might actually see some guardians spawning. Now, it's not going to be great because obviously it's such a small area. But I also haven't spawn-proofed all of the caves around here as well. So that will make a dramatic difference. But let's just give it a go anyway. And hopefully I've done this right. So the reason I'm building the farm first, by the way, and not doing the collection system is because the system we're using is going to be powered rails with minecarts going along, and if water falls on that, it's going to break it. And then to cover the powered rails, we're also going to have carpet as well. So that's just double trouble if water goes on it. Don't want that happening. So I'm going to build all of the farm first, get everything in, make sure everything's all right, and then we'll actually start building the collection system. We're a way off doing that yet, so let's just put these blocks on top of here, and then if we go down, fingers crossed, we might actually see some guardians spawning. So there we go, that's it, that is the first cell done. Right, let's see if anything happens. I may actually put some hoppers under there actually, just to get me going. There we go, look at that, we've got a guardian. It's spotted on the floor. What did he give us? Yes. We're on our way to some more sea lanterns already. Love it. Right, so I'm going to get a few more of these built, and I'll probably put like a temporary collection system down here just with some hoppers. And then while we get the rest of the farm built, we should get a fair few drops. So I'll do that now, and then we can get on with doing a little bit more. Okay, so I've put in a little temporary collection system just for some hoppers in this corner. This doesn't really cover much, but it should get us a little bit anyway. And as you can see, we've already got enough for one sea lantern. So yes, we're getting there. Right, so now we know how it all works. We've got a temporary collection system going. I think it's time to get into a time lapse and get the rest of this built. Okay, so there we have it. That is this Guardian farm completely done. Well, the spawning area anyway. Now, I know it doesn't look like much from above, but if we go down below, we can see what we've got going on. So we've got all these fence gates, got all these little spawning cells, but a lot of them all the way across, and they're all closed off with pistons. So just before the time lapse, we built up this little section over here that we had coming down onto the hoppers, and I did expand this a little bit and added a few more. So we did actually get a few drops from that, and I left that running while I was building the framework for everything else. And as you can see, we've got quite a few sea lanterns in there, so I can do a little bit of this anyway. I think I need about 3 full shulker boxes to get this whole thing done, so a little bit more AFK to do, but we'll get there. Now we've got this farm built, it shouldn't take us too long to get all of that. Once I got the main part done, I had to start putting the water in, and then once the water was in, we had a lot more guardians spawning in all the other places. So that means, because I don't have hoppers everywhere, they were just dropping down like crazy all over this area. So I was running around picking things up, and that's why I've got so many sea lanterns actually, because there was just tons of things coming out of here. So about halfway through putting the water in, I decided to be a little bit smarter, and then I got all the redstone hooked up. So we've got this lever up here, and this turns the whole thing on. So I haven't actually done this yet with everything else in, because the last time I had this on was when I had half of the farm built. So I got half of it built, turned it off, and then I've built everything else. So now I think we should give this a try and see the madness in all its glory. So when I click this, 2,000 pistons are going to retract, and about the same amount of water sources are actually going to update. So you do feel a lot of lag. I don't know if this will come across in the video, but trust me, it's really, really bad. Right, there we go. Frames completely gone. Right, let's go down here and see what we've got dropping down. And in a couple of minutes, you just have tons of drops everywhere. Look, they're falling down. Absolute craziness this. And they die instantly, and we get tons of drops. And now, I think it is very, very rare that they actually survive this. And they are going to be killed one block up from this, because we're going to have rails going all the way across here with minecarts picking up all these drops that are going to be sat above them. And then they'll be deposited at the end, put into an item stream, and then they'll go into a sorting system, which I think I'm going to have on this side, which is the same side as where we've got the redstone for turning it on and off. So I think that makes sense. And obviously we've got a few still going in the hoppers, so we're getting a few items in here as well. So I think I need to turn this off now, because this is absolute madness, and I have no way of collecting this other than running around and picking it all up manually. And there it goes again. It's not too bad when you turn it off, actually. It's not the same as when you turn it on, because that's just ridiculous. Right, look at all this already. That was on for how long? Like a minute? Not even that. So yeah, that is the plan for the collection and the sorting system. But you know what? I don't need to say it, do I? That's definitely not going to happen today. I've got so much more to do, but I'm really happy with the progress I've made today. I got all this dug out, and I got this absolutely crazy farm built. So very, very good progress. So next time, it would be nice to get all this finished, but I think I'm actually going to put it back in episode, because I'm sure you're very well aware that Minecraft 1.17 is now out and everyone else is playing it, and I'm still stuck here in 1.16.5 building a guardian farm. So definitely need to sort that. I want to get into some of the new stuff that 1.17 has to offer, so I think that's what we're going to do next time. We're going to upgrade to 1.17, and just as a side note, I have checked this farm in 1.17 and it does work. I definitely didn't want to get this done and then have that happen, so yeah, we're good for that. But next time, we're going to do some stuff in 1.17, and I'm very excited for that as well. But for now, I am going to leave it there. So if you have enjoyed this episode, please do leave a like, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.